Thanks, Mark. A 6,000 square foot property with 8 bedrooms and 6 baths. This is an Airbnb listing advertising a Jeffersonville home, and it can actually sleep 24 guests.
Yeah, looks and sounds impressive, but neighbors have major concerns about how unregulated short-term rentals are changing the fabric of their neighborhoods. WDRB Investigates reporter Hayden Ristetsky digs into how a state law may give rental owners the upper hand.
Riverside Drive is a picturesque piece of Jeffersonville. Historic homes line the street on the banks of the Ohio River. But neighbors are noticing a change here.
And unfortunately, what we're seeing is that the developers are buying them, converting them into these short-term rentals, and it really is changing the fabric of the neighborhood.
Paul Torp says 5 properties within a 2-block walk of his home are now listed as short-term rentals on websites like Airbnb or Vrbo.
Some of them apparently can house up to 20 to 30 people.
Right now, the city of Jeffersonville doesn't regulate short-term rentals.
My jaw dropped.
Alicia Lopez lives in Las Vegas. She's listed her Jeffersonville property on Airbnb and currently rents it to traveling nurses.
When I called and said I want to operate an Airbnb in downtown Jeff, they were like, yep, go ahead. And I said, I'm sorry, I don't have to have a permit. I don't have to have a license. I don't have to register. And he said, nope, we don't do that. I was shocked.
And that makes the number of short-term rentals very difficult to track. The city's director of planning and zoning shared data with us from a monitoring service. When duplicate listings are taken into account, it appears there are about 250 short-term rental units in Jeffersonville. Approximately 100 units popped up in the last year alone. That's a nearly 70% increase.
There needs to be some kind of control, some kind of management, some kind of checks and balances of how many there really are and where are they located.
Louisville overhauled its short-term rental rules last year, and some believe that led to the explosive growth in southern Indiana.
I think a lot of investors jumped ship from their properties and came across the river.
A roll call vote, please open the voting.
Metro government now requires homeowners to register their properties, mandates permits for non-owner occupied rentals, limits the number of units in one area, and caps property occupancy at 12 adults.
Mr. President, you have 21 yes votes.
Thank you. The item passes.
Roll call shows 73 members.
House Bill 1035 makes a crackdown like that nearly impossible in Indiana.
Has been adopted.
The law bars cities from passing outright bans on short-term rentals. Cities also can't limit a homeowner from renting out a portion of their primary residence.
Our hands are kind of tied with state law. If it's owner-occupied short-term rental, there's nothing we can do.
Under the law, Indiana cities can adopt limited regulations on non-owner occupied short-term rentals. That's what Jeffersonville officials are starting to look into. Lopez wants to be a good neighbor and is open to regulations. She believes short-term rentals should improve the community they're in.
But the downtown area needs people like me who want to come in, fix yards, put new roofs on, paint, and beautify our area.
And help support local businesses that depend on out-of-town visitors.
More than 50% of our business is tourism. We're happy to have as many tourists and as many places for those tourists to stay nearby as possible.
It's a delicate balance.
I think there's always a way to try to compromise and find a solution that can work for everybody.
Those tasked with leading the city must work to find. Reporting with photojournalist Chad Cantlener, Hayden Ristetsky, WDRB News.
And the Jeffersonville City Council is considering a 1-year moratorium or temporary pause on new short-term rentals while it mulls over regulations. We expect the council to bring this up again on Monday, and this wouldn't be the first time an Indiana city has done something similar. New Albany put a 1-year moratorium on all new rentals in the city last year.